And so he was telling me all these wonderful things. And I said, oh, please help me to say all of this again in the live. Hopefully when he comes in, he says much of what he's already shared with me. So we all go through weird times, and I was just kind of, having a funky kind of week. And I was like, I really appreciate like a little sign or affirmation that I'm doing the right thing here. It might just be nice to have like a little, yeah, you're on the right track, or you're doing, we just need a little affirmation sometimes. I saw this movement, so I looked at it, and there was a little squirrel coming up the little walk, like to the door. So I was like, oh, okay, cool little squirrel. And then I'd see him, and then he'd do some stuff, and then he'd turn around and go back where he came from, and then he'd come back again. And then he'd come back with a friend, and he and his friend would do some little stuff. I was like, oh, look, it was just neat. I was like, well, I've never seen these squirrels. And then I thought, wow, there are 3 of them now. So I wonder, is that supposed to be a sign? The energy that I'm feeling right now, there's an animal to it, and it's a squirrel. I was like, what? A squirrel? That's random.
Please enjoy this excerpt of one of our Tag Mentorship Membership weekly lives with Soundwaves Heal Master Practitioner channels and healers.
Hello, everyone. How are you all today? This is Kerri Mouch. And today we're going to be working with Archangel Metatron. Okay, so first I'm going to call in the angels, calling on Archangel Raphael from the east. He brings forth the energy of the emerald green fire and the element of the air. And he brings in this energy, and it surrounds us and moves through us into every cell, healing us from the very inside to the outside. We call on Archangel Michael from the south, who brings forward the sapphire blue energy of fire with his flaming sword of truth. And we thank you, Michael, for using this sapphire blue sword of fire to help us release from any and all cords, attachments, stories, any energies that we are holding on to that no longer serve us at this time. Anything that we are ready to let go of and release, we thank you for doing that now for us. We call on Archangel Gabriel from the west with the diamond white light and the element of the water. Gabriel pours this diamond white light down through all of our chakras. Whew, felt that. And cleanses us like as if we were standing in a waterfall of this diamond white light. And all the way from our stellar gateway at the top down to our earth star below us was cleansed and cleared. And now we call on Archangel Uriel from the north. Uriel brings forth the element of the earth and the sun and the energy of the ruby ray and the golden Christ light. He uses this energy to ground us more deeply into the earth, also to help us find harmony and balance so that we are led to peace. And we call on Metatron above, holding our stellar gateway and igniting our ascension pillar of light. And we call on Sandalphon below, who holds our earth star, connects us deeply to all other spiritual beings and to the 5D grid of Gaia. We thank you, angels, for coming forward and holding us in this sacred space. For anyone watching now or in the future, that we are held in the highest love and light. And so it is.
Welcome. This is Rachel Chamness, your host of this channel, Soundwaves Heal. And this video is a spotlight for a master practitioner at Soundwaves Heal who has completed most or all of my courses and is a master channel. You'll find a new video almost every Saturday of a practitioner or a current student, as it's my mission to empower and uplift my students.
So today, as I said, Metatron is coming forward to give us an Ascension update. And, I had been kind of wondering why. At first I was trying to see, I should talk about portals or astral traveling or Artemis or, Diana. That's what we're working with this month. But Metatron kept coming forward and said, no, I'm going to come in. And I was like, okay, well, sure, you're the guy. And so I thought maybe he'd talk about that. And what I was getting, what normally happens is he kind of comes in a couple days before and just kind of gives me the gist of the topic of what we're going to be discussing. And so he was telling me all these wonderful things, and I said, oh, please help me to say all of this again in the live, because it was so much awesome stuff, and I want to share it with all of you, and I don't want to forget. But so hopefully when he comes in, he says much of what he's already shared with me. But it didn't really have to do with portals or astral traveling or anything, so I was kind of like, well, okay, I guess he doesn't want to talk about that. But then I wanted to share with you what happened to me this morning, because it was like really okay. So, we all go through weird times, and I was just kind of, having a funky kind of week, and I was like, I really appreciate like a little sign or affirmation that I'm doing the right thing here, you know, with some things that were happening for me. And I just thought, you know, it might just be nice to have like a little, yeah, you're on the right track, or you're doing, you know, we just need a little affirmation sometimes because things get chaotic. You know, we all feel that need to be reassured that we're on the right path, right? And so I had kind of like threw that out there to my guys, like if y'all want to, you know, just give me a sign that, you know, whatever, and that'd be really great, you know, something tangible that I could see without a doubt. So anyway, I was kind of meditating with Metatron this morning, and I was in this space in the front room of my house, and I could look over at this big bay window. I was looking outside into the grass and in the trees, and you know, I saw this movement, so I looked at it, and there was a little squirrel coming up the little walk like to the door. And I was like, oh, well, that's interesting, because I never see squirrels out there. Squirrels are a lot in the backyard, but I don't really see them in the front. So I was like, oh, okay, cool little squirrel. And then I'd see him, and then he'd do some stuff, and then he'd turn around and go back where he came from, and then he'd come back again. And then he'd come back with a friend, and he and his friend would do some little stuff, and they'd go under the bushes, and I was like, oh, look, they're gathering, you know, they're eating, and they're gathering whatever, and then they'd go back. So I thought, wow, I guess they're like gathering the nuts or whatever and taking them back to some place, stored up for winter or something. They're preparing. So it was just neat. I was like, well, I've never seen these squirrels. And then I thought, wow, there are 3 of them now. So I wonder, is that supposed to be a sign? Like, what I need to look up what squirrels mean spiritually, right? So I kind of had that in the back of my head, and I was doing some other stuff. And then I went to my computer. I went to YouTube because I was pulling up something else. And then this video came up to the top. And I don't know if any of you follow Amanda Ellis. She's the one, I'm actually using her cards today, but she did this deck, the Metatron Oracle cards, Archangel Metatron, Self Mastery. Yeah, Amanda Ellis. See, there's her name right there. And anyway, she's, I think, like in England or something, and she does these YouTube videos. You can check her out on YouTube. And Metatron is kind of like one of her major guides. And she, you know, I don't watch her videos all the time, kind of sporadically whenever I'm supposed to, I guess. So it came up on my feed, and I said, oh, well, let me just click on that. And don't you know, her topic was September 2021 to September 2022. There was some kind of wormhole that Metatron opened up that she was saying we are all astrally traveling. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And I only watched like the first 15 minutes because that's all the time I had. But she essentially said Metatron opened this wormhole between September 2021 to September 2022 so that we could travel. Many of us, light workers, are traveling through this wormhole to the energy of September 2022 and bringing that energy back into this time. And we're doing this at night a lot when we're working. We're not really conscious of it. And so I was like, oh, wow, that's really cool. And I think because, and I have felt this, he's kind of told me there's some shifts coming, and I don't know if he's going to talk about this later or not, but like this November, December timeframe, he said that there's some big energetic shifts coming, and more people are going to wake up, and that's what we need to be prepared for so we can help these people that will be kind of realizing some stuff. But what Amanda Ellis said, which I thought was interesting, was that a year from now, it will be much more like settled, the energy, and many more people will be living in their highest light, like of their truest self. They will know themselves. They will be awake. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. And she said, the energy that I'm feeling right now, there's an animal to it, and it's a squirrel. I was like, what? A squirrel? That's random. And she said, yes, because we are like gathering and preparing for that time. Us. That's what we are doing. We're preparing that energy and bringing it, we're going out and collecting it into the future through that wormhole, and then we're bringing it back and we're holding it for everyone. And I was like, okay, that was my sign. The 3 little squirrels in the front yard. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I was supposed to share that with all of you. So sometimes I think, you know, we ask and then we receive. Anywho, I do have my crystal bowl with me today. It's the third eye chakra bowl, because he's helping us to see more, is what he told me. That's why he told me to bring it. So, love the squirrels. And you know, I still haven't even looked up what they mean. I know that squirrels have a spiritual meaning, and I haven't even had time to do that. So I guess I'll look into that a little bit this afternoon. But maybe that was for everybody to know that that's kind of what we're called to do. To gather the food and store it up for what is to come. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and bring him in. I think he wants to talk a little bit, and then at the end of the channel, we're not doing like a meditation, but he's just going to do an attunement. And if you have a crystal, that'd be great. You can bring it forward and help anchor in that light, and that'll be at the end. So if you have it nearby for when we start, that's fine. So let me go ahead. I'm just going to do a little sound healing just to bring his energy in a little bit to help clear us so we can hear what he says with the most clarity. Okay, I feel him coming in. Hello, my dear light workers. I'm very pleased to be with you today for this transmission. There is much to say, and I am especially pleased that you are here with opened eyes to see and open ears to hear, for this is your exact mission at this time. You are each called to hold the light of this planet, for the light has been seeds have been planted already. The light has come in. That work has been done and great shifts have occurred. The next step of this process is to hold the light in place as it grows. Think of seeds that are planted, then need water and the sun in order to grow. You are the water. You are the sun. As you hold your energy high and stand in your true light, you provide this service to the planet. So there are two main ways in which you may hold the light. One is doing your own inner work on your own self as you release things that do not serve you, as you learn the lessons you were brought here to learn, as you remember your true self, your true nature, your true essence. All of these things brighten the light within you, or rather I should say, reveal the brightness of the light within you. For your lights are all very bright, brighter, much brighter than you even realize. But as you do this work, you begin to see exactly who you are in your own essence. And as you allow this light within yourself to shine brighter, it calls in more light from the cosmos that join with your light. And this is how you hold the light into the planet. Another way in which you hold the light is when you perform service work for others, individuals, and other spiritual beings, humans and animals, or spiritual energy work on the planet. When you perform in service for another, you are raising the vibration of all, as well as yourself. Many of you may have been stepping forward in big and small ways to join in this service work, for it is imperative to join together. You, of course, are capable of affecting great change with your individual light. But when you join your light together in your communities, in this community, in this space as well, it is magnified beyond your ability to comprehend, and what you call miracles will then occur. We do not see them as miracles from this space that I resonate in, because it simply is. You are still at a level that you perceive these shifts, these changes as a miracle, as something that is unbelievable because of its greatness. You will soon come to understand that nothing is unbelievable or out of the realm of possibility. All things are possible if you believe and trust and know your own self. As you come together in communities to do this work, you will encounter the light and the dark. Much is going on in the world at this time. Much is being let go of. The letting go sequence is happening not only individually within you, but it is also echoed on a planetary level. And because of the vastness of the planet and the number of souls involved in various scenarios, the energy is greater, as you may be aware. And you may come into space where you see the light and the dark. I am calling you at this time, when you are in these situations, to look on all beings and situations with love, both the light and the dark. For the dark has great purpose. The dark is also here to help affect this change. This shift, this ascension process cannot happen without the dark. Everyone plays a part in this process. Every being, every energy is working towards this process. Not all energies are working as yours. There are many that are different, that are opposing to yours, that are opposite. And that is good and that is necessary. There is no evil. There is no wrong. It is simply different. For the light cannot know itself unless it is aware of the dark. So look on the dark with love. Thank it. Bless it. Because it has come forward and given you the opportunity to choose the light. So I implore you now, when situations present themselves to you and you sense the lower energies, what you call the dark energies, thank them. Thank them for giving you the opportunity to choose the light. For this is your purpose. This is why you have come. You must understand the magnificence of your own selves. You, each of you, are magnificent masters of the light. You are. You have worked through many lifetimes on many planets and many places and many frequencies to arrive at this point. Many beings wanted to be part of this process. You were chosen. Each of you were chosen to be here in this time. Each of you brings forward special gifts that are needed. And you have been prepared and you are ready. It is now time to see the magnificence that is you. That is why I have come forward today. Of course, I will attune you to my own energy, but I truly wish to attune you to your own highest light, to your own brightest self and your truest purpose. At this time, I would like you, if you have available, to take a crystal of your choosing and place it on your heart space. For it is in the heart space that this connection is made, not in the mind, in the heart. Hold this crystal over your heart, and I will bring a sound healing forward, connecting you to your own light, so that you may see, so that you may understand, so that you may feel the divine love that you are. Breathe in the energy of your own light and breathe it out. Feel the love that is you. Oh my gosh, that was something. It was very strong in there. Just gave me chills. So I want to read something that he gave me a couple days ago. It's like a little decree, an I am decree, like to help with the I am presence. I thought he was going to say it in there, but I guess he wanted me to read it. And you can say it or think it after me. It's just 5 little statements. I am my highest self. I am the Ascension pillar of light. I am divine love connected to all. I am pure divine light. I am ready. Okay, so I hope that you all enjoyed that. Whew, I feel really, really good right now. Just, raise the vibration right on up. So I feel like I went somewhere else while he came in. He was in very strongly. There are like different levels of channeling, how far they kind of come in. And I feel like he came in really strongly. Like, I think I was out of here. Thank you. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. I enjoyed it too. I tell you what, it feels really, really good. He has great energy. So first I'm going to pull a card for the group, and then I'll write down everybody's names. He felt strong. Yeah, I'm glad that y'all felt that too. That was really cool. Okay. Oh my gosh. So this is the card I got. Family, circles of life. So this is for everybody. And I feel like he's just like affirming, patting us on the back. Like, this is the community. This is you. This is who you are. Everyone coming together. And I just see all these bright, like balls of light, just reaching out and connecting to one another, like coming together, like at a holiday, like if your family got together and as everybody enters the door, like everyone gets a hug and there's just so much love and togetherness, and it's just surrounded in his golden orange light, and he's there surrounding the ascension process and holding us all together and high and clear. Oof, cool. All right. Thank you all for coming and allowing me to share in your energies, because this is really, it's a fun experience for me too. It's a blessing. It's really, truly a blessing to help bring these things forward for everyone. And I will see you all in a couple of weeks, okay? Have a wonderful afternoon and a wonderful weekend.
Thank you for watching. I'm Rachel Chamness at soundwavesheal.com. I love to help lightworkers trans-channel messages, light, and healing in higher dimensions. If you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and follow on social media. And consider checking out my Tag Lightworkers monthly mentorship programs.